You ever catch a lazy bass? A lazy bass. If you find one, how do you catch him? Good morning, guys and girls. October 3rd. Oh, okay. We're back in Proverbs again. We got a lot of Proverbs. I love Proverbs. This is a great one, too. This is really, really good. Proverbs 22:4. Respecting the Lord and not being proud. Respecting the Lord and not being proud. Pride, that's what we're talking about. Respecting the Lord and not being proud. Listen to the rest of this verse. Will bring you wealth, honor, and life. Generally in the Bible, when they talk about life, they're talking about a lot of different types of life, but a lot of here they're talking about probably long life. Respecting the Lord and not being proud will bring you wealth, honor, and life. I think it's probably long life. Many times when Jesus talked about life, he talked about abundant life, joyous life, happy lives. But I think here we're talking about a long life. See what I wrote about that. We participate in many events for kids, and it's always a thrill to see youngsters catch a fish, especially if it's their first fish ever, first fish of their lifetime. They beam all over, and their moms and dads are so proud of them, and they're taking pictures and trying to get them to kiss the fish, and just so tickled that their son or daughter caught a fish. So, when does excitement about that accomplishment turn into pride? And why is pride bad in the first place? God says pride is bad and can rob us of so much that he wants us to have. I believe pride comes when we think we are better than somebody else. I think that's what pride really is, in my mind anyway, is when we think we're better than someone because we caught a fish, because we won a tournament, because maybe we have a better job, because our wife is prettier. We think we're better than somebody else. I think that's what pride really is. That's not God's way. It's not God's way at all. Our example? Well, of course, our example is Jesus. He served and he honored others. Listen to this next sentence. He serves and honors you and me every single day. Every single day. Think about that for a second. Jesus Christ, who hung on the cross. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who spoke worlds into existence, honors you and serves you and me every single day. Here's the key. We need to think of others as more important than ourselves. Now, that's pretty easy when we look at a lot of people. We can look at a lot of people and say, whoa, they're really important. They're way more important to me. But what if we look at everyone and think of them as more important than we are? Wouldn't it be wonderful if Christians would just look at each other Christians, and think of one another this way? I couldn't help, but this being an election year, I couldn't help but think, what if Democrats and Republicans were to adopt this right here? What if Democrats and Republicans would say, oh, that Democrat's better than I am, or that Republican is better than I am. I want to serve and honor him. Wow, we could have a greater country than we've got even. They don't do it that way. They don't do it that way. Respecting the Lord and not being proud will bring you wealth, honor, and life. My goodness, what a proverb, what a proverb. Here's a tip for today. Big bass are lazy. That's the ones that are lazy, those big ones. They're kind of like couch potatoes. They got a big old belly. They're laying around. They're just eating big stuff. So use big, slow-moving lures to catch these hogs. Big, slow-moving lures. You know, in the springtime, my buddy Josh Jones and we've talked about it quite a bit. We've shown some of it on YouTube, some of it on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Television, some of it on Facebook. We were fishing for big fish. We were using big umbrella rigs with 5 lures on them, a big bait, trying to catch these big giant fish that we were finding on our locators, on our live scopes. And it's just amazing. The bigger the bait, the bigger the bass. I used to fish with a buddy of mine that's been gone a long time, but he would never want to even catch a bass unless it had moss growing on its back about that thick. He fishing for big fish only. We go out and catch 20 and he would catch 2, but one of his 2 would be the big fish of the day almost every single time. So big bass are lazy. Use big, slow-moving lures to catch these hogs. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today, and remember, I love you.